Hello, my YouTube family. So I am on my way to the gym and I am going to be doing hamstrings and glutes today. So my training split is 3 days per week of lower body. So the first session would be a squat focus day. And then the second session, which is today, it is going to be hamstrings and glutes. My third session is glutes and quads, which is my deadlift session, which I do that over the weekend. And then on the Sunday, I do upper body. So this is just how my training program works. It changes all the time. So there's no, people always ask me, what is the best training program? They ask me for advice in terms of, should I be training 3 days a week? Should I be training 4 days a week? Should I be training, if my goal is to do like build goods, should I be training 3 times a week? Look, it really depends. It's so context dependent. Or yeah, like I have been training for the past 7 years consistently with heavy weights, and it changes all the time, and you have to really think of it in the long term. Like in the long term, of course, I definitely do want to build bigger muscles. I see muscle as something that is earned. I'm a full natural. I don't take any kind of PEDs. Like I have nothing against women who take it if they're doing like competitive building. Like I'm not a competitor bodybuilder. I competed last year because I genuinely enjoyed the process. And I think muscle as something earned. And I like to build more muscle because I like the hard work. I like to see the hard work that I put into my muscles. And like, yes, of course, I do want to look good and have muscles, have curves. It really does bring out shape. And I really like how my clothes fit on me. Just being completely honest, as like, yeah, like I do like muscles because of what it looks like on the outside. And it makes me feel confident. But I'm definitely not doing this because I don't feel confident within myself. I love who I am, regardless. But I think, the more that I do this, I see my muscles more of an appreciation of what my body can do. And like, I've earned this. And it's not just through training, but it's also through proper nutrition, proper sleep, and really looking after my body and taking care of myself. And that is like the ultimate goal. Like I want to be like, my ultimate goal is when I hit 50 years old, like I see it all over Instagram. Like I see 50-year-olds squatting 100 kgs or deadlifting like 150, and I can't even deadlift 150, and I'm thinking, far out, I want to be like that. So that is my ultimate goal. Like I just want to be lifting pain-free for a very long time because I love it. I love lifting, how it makes me feel and everything like that. So that's like my ultimate goal. But you move through phases. So right now, like I was working predominantly on my quads, and then I was focusing on my glutes, and now I'm focusing on my hamstrings. Like it just goes in phases as long as you just keep up the consistency. And I think that's what really matters. So yeah, training for longevity. And I definitely don't want to lose this habit of, just getting strong. I just want to be mobile and pain-free. So this is my lifestyle. And, I remind myself of this on the days that I don't feel motivated and I feel resistance into getting into the gym and getting a session in, but I will always feel so much better after I get it done. So that's just, how to keep this as a lifestyle change and always think of it as a long game. When I am just almost at the gym, hamstrings focused. See you in there.
All right, here we are. We are going to start off with some barbell RDLs. So when I do my barbell RDLs, a tip for you is to never lift it off the floor. So I'm just going to set up here. And yeah, you'll sort of see what my setup looks like. So you just want to be able to put racks on either side. That way I'm not lifting it from the floor. So I'm just going to set up first. And I'll probably do some hip hinges to get into that movement pattern, because every single time you do exercises, you want to prime your body. Like I never just jump straight into an exercise. Like I want to be intentional.
So you will see me setting up for the RDLs by setting up racks on either side. This way you don't have to lift it off the floor to save the energy from the floor, as opposed to what I'm doing now. So setting the barbells on either side so that it's just above the knees, and then lift off isn't as effortful as off the floor. And over here, I'm just practicing hip hinge movements to help prime the body before I put some weights on the barbell. So every single time, you always want to start with the barbell itself to practice the movement pattern. And then this is my warm-up set at 40. Again, taking my time. And when you do your warm-up sets, you need to also make sure that you are thinking as if you are lifting your heaviest weight possible. Treat the barbell, no matter what the weight is on the barbell, the exact same way. You're priming your body. You're practicing this movement pattern, connecting your mind to your muscle. This is my first working set. Then I will pop on 60 on either side. So this is my second working set. And again, really being intentional with your warm-ups. And I know often we can fly through your warm-up sets, but the same thing, if you want to lift your heaviest weight, this moment, the warm-up sets, everything counts. It's about being intentional, and it also gives you a great opportunity to connect your mind to the muscle and visualizing the form and technique.
All right, so doing 80, and then my next set will be my actual working set. So I'll probably do three reps. Not 3 reps. 5 to 6 reps.
I'm also using wrist straps to help with grip strength. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Without wrist straps, I probably wouldn't be able to lift a heavy weight. So if you do have them, they are such a great equipment to use to aid in your grip strength.
Hey, how are you? Good. This is my working set. I'm going to do it at 100. I sound so like unmotivated, but I'm trying to get in zone. I'm trying to get in zone. Like every single time when women have that resting bitch face, it's because you need to be in the zone. Like it makes a big difference. Like I don't just come in here and lift the weight. Uh, all right, so I'm out of breath, as you can see. I'll just put some chalk on. The grip strength felt so good. I freaking love it. You know, such a resistance coming to put in the effort. But like once you get going, it feels so good to like really see what you're capable of. So this is 100 kgs for my RDLs. I think I'll stay with this, and I got 10 reps out of that, so I'm so happy. I got some chalk on, which has been so helpful. So this is my second set. I probably will do another 2 more sets, and then I'm going to go into my lying leg curls. So really want to keep with that focus.
I'm out of breath, as you could see. I'm going to do one more set, another 100 kg. I'm not going to go for, I know I could go heavier, but I think I'll keep it. I think I'll keep it at 100 and just go for reps for now. Or maybe next week I'll increase the weight. And that felt really good. No words. No words. That was, felt good. Feels good. I'm that kind of person that I do grunt when I'm training. It's like, it's hard, you know, like when you get to that point and every bit of you wants to give up, but you're just saying to yourself, like, no, you're not fucking giving up. You push through that. And that's why I let out a bit of it. I fucking got this. And when you have that mindset, like, that's what happens. It's uncomfortable, but it feels so good to just, you know, really push past your mental barriers, you know. So that is all done for RDLs. And then I'm going to get more hamstrings for lying leg curls. So that's what I'll be doing right now. So my next exercise is lying leg curl. Got to make sure that you set up it right to put my hamstrings in the shortened position. So yeah, I'm actually not feeling too bad. Usually every single time I do RDLs, I get so like, it's so taxing. And I think it's because I didn't up the weight. I usually can do 120, but I just thought I'm just going to take it easy. But I should not have. I should have just gone up the weight, but you know, it's all right. I'll just have to push hard here. So this is like my weakest. Like in the past, I used to be really good at lying leg curls, as in like weight wise. But now, when you take a long time off something, you become, I don't know, like you kind of lose strength in it. So I'm just going to slowly build it back up. So here we go. Oh. Ah. Ah. you go too heavy, it feels like you're moving a heavy weight in space. And that's how I felt probably on my fourth or fifth rep just now. I was just moving heavy weight through space. I wasn't actually really feeling my hamstrings. So I lowered the weight down to get a much better engagement of my hamstrings. So especially when it comes to, these, it's not always about going heavier, that you're moving. Like it's all trial and error. Like I can't say what is right and what is wrong. Like what is the right way. It's so different for everyone. Like you have to really feel your body. And I was just too much weight. So I'm going to strip down and then pump out for more reps and really connect the mind to my muscle and just working on tempo basically. So I'm going to do another 2-3 more.
When you are performing a lying leg curl, you want to make sure that your hips are locked in the entire set. And often what I see with people when doing this exercise is that lift the hips up or they break at the hips. But when you do that, you may run into a chance of feeling it in your lower back. So as you come down, you really want to focus on squeezing those glutes. That way you are targeting the hamstrings where it's supposed to be. It is meant to be challenging.
I'll be the first to admit my hamstrings are weak. That was really hard. Like I feel it's so challenging. It just gives me the drive that I need to be, doing more of these because I've neglected my hamstrings for a long time. So done with this exercise. I've done deadlifts, RDLs, leg curl, single leg RDLs.
The next exercise I am performing for glutes and hamstring is the single leg RDL. This is such an amazing exercise to really isolate the single hamstring and your glutes at the same time. Over here, I am performing same arm and same leg. This is called ipsilateral, which means the same side. As you could see, I am holding onto the bench as I support because I really want to focus on targeting the glutes and hamstrings, taking out your internal stabilizers. So with this exercise, there's no right or wrong in performing this. You could do opposite hand, opposite leg. I find it personally harder because my goal is hypertrophy, which is to build muscle in the glutes and hamstrings. Therefore, I am holding onto the bench for support. You want to also make sure that your hips are square, like they're facing forward. Often, the hips want to open up because of the heavy weight, but your core must be switched on in order to perform this. So really take your time, soft knees, and push your hips back. And notice how there's no bend at the knee. I'm really letting that feet just fly out. This way I'm focusing fully on that single leg. Again, take your time with this, and it is a strong mind to muscle connection. This is my second set. Over here, same thing. Just really connect the mind to the muscle, which is the most important thing. Don't go too heavy. You want to make sure your hips are square all the way through. I do 3 three sets here, about 8 to 10 reps on each side, and it really hits the glutes well. You're also practicing hip hinge movement and working on single leg. So the next exercise is a seated hamstring curl. I much prefer this over the lying leg curl. They're both great, but with the hamstring, like the seated one, I tend to feel it a lot more in my hamstrings. Whereas with the lying leg curl, I also do feel the calves come into play as well. And there's nothing wrong with feeling your calves in a lying leg curl. It's good because we want to also work on our calves. With the seated leg curl, it takes a few maneuver around to sit into that machine because there are a few adjustments that needs to be made. But basically, you really want the pad tugged onto your quad. This gives your legs stability and being fixed in that position so that it doesn't move, and that all you're doing is you're flexing at the knees. So the knees come in, sorry, not the knees, the feet come in, and you want to connect your mind to the muscle on that hamstring. You also want to have your bottom all the way to the end. Again, this is my second set. I don't take a lot of break in between sets, especially in a fixed machine. This example is the seated leg curl because you're isolating and targeting the hamstrings. So minimal rest is still okay. Usually I go for higher reps with isolation work, such as the seated hamstrings. It is challenging, but this really targets the hamstrings really, really well. And again, you want to make sure that the pad is firmly on your quads so that leaves you minimal room to move. Because if you don't put the pad firmly, your hips can come up, and you don't want that because we want to target the hamstring. So making sure your hips to your knees are stable in that position, and then all you're doing is having the heels push down, and this way it is flexion at the knee joint. Again, I am resting for a little bit, and then not soon after that is, I will be going for another set, as you could see here. And again, you really want to focus on keeping your core engaged as well. Think of your core as an engine to a car, and it needs to be switched on whatever exercise that you're working on. This way you will feel more stability and target the muscles that you are intending to get strong or build muscle in. And in this case, it obviously is the hamstrings. Again, I'm going for another set, going all out. I tend to hold on to the pad or even the front of the machine. This way, I just get a lot more stability, really, and really pushing through. It is challenging, but it is such a good burn and a
Usually on fixed machines. So in this case, the lying leg to lying. I'm sorry, naked. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Usually on the seated leg curl, like I go heavy. I really love this. I like this so much better than the lying leg curl because I really feel my hamstrings. So I did like 3 sets heavy. and then minimal rest in between, not like I would when I'm doing a barbell back squat or the RDL that I did before, because that is like full body. Whereas with this one, seated, and it just really hits my hamstrings really well. And then towards the end, I just do as many reps as possible. And I know this goes against what I say, but like it's just when towards the end of the set, you go all out and it feels so good. It's like, oh shit, like you have this like massive pump, like I'm feeling my hamstrings right now.
The last exercise that I am doing is a assisted squat machine, I believe. This is a new equipment from the gym where I find that it really targets my glutes and my quads. As you could see that the heel is elevated on that pad, this just targets the quads much better, especially when the heel is elevated. This just gives more flexion at the ankle joint to hit the quads. Here, I am not going super heavy because this is my last exercise and I am quite fatigued throughout the session. So generally towards the end of the session, it is lighter weight, and for more reps, you want to add your finishes towards the end. And this is just another angle. I am doing 3 sets here, and again, just taking my time and feeling my quad and glute muscle just as a finisher. And again, you could see how the heels are elevated here to target the quads better. And again, I'm taking my time, and core is always switched on. And I would say that this is probably about 60 to 70% of intensity, but the focus is the effort of mind and the mind to muscle connection over here. So just to finish off with this exercise, and I quite enjoy it as well.
Post-workout meal, I actually brought my meal to the gym. While I get myself together, I'm just going to show you what I have. So basically, put my bowl to the gym. All right, so because I didn't cook rice, I actually microwave rice. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate from all the Asians out there because I don't cook my rice. It's just that I ran out of rice, so I had to buy something. This is only my, backup. I much prefer rice from a rice cooker, but got to do what I got to do if you're just time poor. So I've just put that in the microwave and I'll pop that in. Then I pretty much will just mix it all up. I swear someone's gonna come by that I know and just watch me eat, which I don't like that at all. And it's funny because I don't like people watching me eat, but I'm here filming myself. That's my meal. Rice, gonna have everything, and broccoli there. This is my post-workout meal, and I'm just gonna eat this, and I'll catch you guys later. But it fills me up, and I gotta feel properly. So yeah, this is just the basics. I have this nearly every single post-workout meal. So yeah, keep it simple. And especially if this is a lifestyle change, I try to keep consistent month to week of my eating habits. Suppose jump on here and give a bit of a summary. I want to try and document my training more just to really help motivate, you guys, if step foot in the gym, and how it's really, it's more than just working towards building muscle, which is my goal, but it's a lot more than that. And it's just really a good space it's a good community here to, just work to becoming your strongest version of yourself. I don't really consider myself like a competitive bodybuilder. This is my lifestyle. I love lifting heavy, and I just encourage more women who look like me, to just step foot in the gym and get some guidance and just have a feel for it. I'll just see it as more than just for bodybuilders. It's for everyone, and it feels good to just feel strong. So I hope that you enjoy my session today. I just wanted to say your mind is your most powerful asset. And don't forget that your mind is a lot stronger than you think. So go and crush it, my queen. Go and crush it. See you in the next video.